That's probably the second rule of tree work is always bring a rope. And I didn't bring a rope.
I'm gonna run into that issue as well.
Hey everybody, my name is Jacob Rogers. I'm an arborist from Enumclaw, Washington. I have a YouTube channel called Guilty of Treason. It's kind of a crazy story. So this guy had these two absolutely monster poplar trees in his yard, and it's totally prototypical Seattle job. Tight quarters, there's a creek, there's horrible access. He told me he got 8 bids, one of which was Seattle Tree Care, and he said he went with the middle price because he thought that would be the smartest thing to do. So he had this company come out to do these poplars. On the first day, one of their guys got stung by bees. It was a bunch of drama, and then the climber dropped a chainsaw out of the tree and hit one of the ground guys. That was a bunch of drama. And then the climber took this like monster top, had to have been 50 feet long, takes out the primary lines, like big hot power lines, takes them out. The guy holding the rope gets shocked, and nobody's wearing helmets or anything. It's just a total disaster. So he calls the owner of the company and he says, I don't want that crew on my property again. You know, listed everything that went wrong that day. It's a horrible experience. So the guy says, no problem, I'll send my other crew. So he sends another crew the next day, and they actually do a pretty good job. They get the trees down, but then they get the trees to about 15, 20 feet, and they're just like, yeah, that's enough. We can't get them down anymore. They're just too big. It's too much work. So then they just left, and they just said, you know, that's what you get is what you get. So he called me. You know, I live about an hour and a half away from here, asked me to come take a look. So I came and looked at these, and it's a lot of material that he wants hauled out. I was like, you know, this is really a better job for my friend Peter. He owns Seattle Tree Care. He's got all the good equipment for this stuff. So I passed it on to Peter, and then Peter got the job, and now I'm here, and I'm just giving him a hand for today. But it's kind of, long story short, he didn't use Seattle Tree Care because they were expensive, and now he's using Seattle Tree Care to finish the job, because it's amazing just the last 20 feet of tree, how much work that can create, you know. And if you don't have the right equipment set up, then you really can't get them down any further. So now we're here, we got a bunch of equipment, and we're just gonna be whittling these whittling these big sticks. I mean, all the hardest part is done. Now it's just getting the wood out of there. So kind of an interesting story. You get what you pay for when it comes to tree work, you know.
Pretty cool story, and yeah, we're really grateful to be here today. We're going to safely get these trees fully hauled out, all cleaned up, and yeah, we just really appreciate the chance to be here. And just going back to the first story, it actually shut the power down for the whole neighborhood, and the poor tree worker ended up going to Arborview, which is our local hospital. So the way we're going to start the job today is we're going to review our safety procedures, and that'll be led by Mike, and we've got Sandre, Guilty, of course, Dante and Ricky. So yeah, we've got a great team today. In the sense, we were really going after rocks, because if you don't get those rocks out, here we go with tons of sawdust, and then pretty soon the only way you're going to find those rocks is with a stump grinder, which is expensive. That's when you hit your teeth.
So you dig the rocks out ahead of time?
Yeah, like if you look over here, that's like.
Well, that's what he's doing. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Oh, it's yeah, super smart, because each one of these rocks could be a broken window. It could be a dull tooth. Yeah, like this guy right here. This is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting fact, we're going to be using biodegradable bar oil. We're working right in the riparian zone with the creek, so we don't want any of that oil going into the waterway. This stuff's about 40 bucks a gallon. It's not cheap, but I think it's a really good thing to do on this particular job. Tell signs of a fence, and it doesn't seem like a big deal, but our chainsaws only work when they're, you know, sharp and cutting wood. So that's actually going to be something we really need to avoid and work around. It's just one of the many challenges we've got here. So we're going to probably come in here and see if we hit anything with a smaller saw first before we like dull Guilty's 42-inch. What is it? What is that over there?
50 on that one.
Oh, 50?
50, yeah.
Sweet.
I never get to use it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I kind of hate it though.
Yeah, should we line up the saws? What do we got here? And Jacob's bars are all backwards, I've noticed. Yeah, every one of them is
I don't know how
upside down.
they're not gonna cut. I don't know.
So 500i, 661.
How tall is that?
Kind of an older saw, 660.
He's probably only 50 feet up.
Wow,
That saw.
395. I can't wait to run that. And then what's this? This
It's
guy.
88, 880, 50-inch bar.
It's like we did that tree.
Yeah, I rarely use this saw. I kind of, it's really heavy. I don't know if I can never decide if I like it or not. It's just so heavy.
Look at those dogs.
Yeah, big old dogs.
It's got
Mine
some
are all
kind of
full wraps. Yours are all half. You really like those half wraps.
yeah. They're farmer bars. I always love talking about these because look at that. In a situation like this, it allows you to get cut lower. So, like, not that we're going to be using the saw to cut right there, but boom, you can cut closer to the ground level. Up in a tree, when you pull them through a tree, they're slimmer. There's like less things to snag on.
Big stuff like this will bring.
Honestly, it's not a huge deal, but they are lighter.
And then
They pack into a truck.
Boxes better too.
Yep, they pack into a truck a lot better.
So we're gonna drop. We can actually follow this one. We're gonna follow this one. That way the guys can whittle away at it like little beavers to make it into small pieces. While me and Peter, we're both simultaneously gonna climb that tree over there. But we'll get this on the ground first. That way the guys have something to keep them busy while we're. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of cutting.
Like it's always cool to like mark the time, like 9:29. Should he get that, or is that better GoPro?
Yeah, I know.
Either way, yeah. I mean,
Because it'd be kind of cool to like.
Yeah, how long does it take?
Like, what do you think we're gonna be finishing up here? We got a hell of a crew, man.
yeah. I think we'll be out of here by 1 or 2. What do you think?
I was thinking 2.
Yeah. I
Hopefully
feel like the
gutter
longest
repair.
part. Well, you're stump grinding too. The gutter repair. Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. I mean, getting the wood out of the creek, you know, that'll take a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I think even here, like if you put a cut there, I think it's right there.
Like the good wood or the metal?
Well, it'd be interesting. Like I'd pretend like you're doing your face, and then don't be surprised if you hit it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we gave guilty adults.
I think we're good.
Awesome.
It's actually cutting really well. I kind of want to carve it with this, but I never.
That's what we normally have.
I always use a saw, and then I'm always like, this thing sucks, and I always grab a different saw.
Yeah, poor John.
Yeah.
This is like he had no notice. I did like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
Oh.
get out of here.
All right, I'm gonna go extra deep to tip this short stubby thing over. I just did a test cut here to see if there was any metal, and I didn't hit any with the little saw, but now I'm gonna use the big, this is a 50-inch bar.
I've been hanging out of town, Lord, in that low-down rain. Watching Good Time Charlie Friends is driving me insane. Well, up on the shady Charlotte Street, Lord, the green lights look red. I wish I was back home on the farm, Lord, in my feather bed. And I got myself a rocking chair, see if I could lose this thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Found myself a paper friend and I read yesterday's news. I folded up page 21 and stuck it in my shoes. Gave me a nickel to the poor, my turn for the day. Folded up my old billfold and threw it far away. And I got myself a rocking chair, see if I could lose these thin dime, part-time hell on Church Street blues. I had some guitar strings, old black diamond brand. I'd string them this old Martin box and go and join some band. But I guess I'm gonna stay right here and pick and sing a while, try to make me a little change and get you folks a smile. And I got myself a rocking chair, see if I could lose these thin dime, part-time hell on Church Street blues.
Like headache by the house.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Nice. Peter the Savage. 1 foot from the house.
1 down, 20 to go.
I'm going a different route. I'm doing little slender cookies. The drop one's a little smaller, but we're taking out these huge copper stuff. I dropped one on top and it went in the creek.
No problem.
Getting the wood out of the creek.
Good thing we're using biodegradable bar oil.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Nice. I'm just waiting for the ditch witch to come back. We're using it like a barrier to protect the house.
How you like that saw?
Oh man, this thing's ripping.
Yeah, it's really strong.
I don't know what you did to it, but it's cutting really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just a really powerful, yeah, it's just a really powerful saw.
Yeah, what a great saw.
It definitely has flaws though, like the tensioner and stuff.
I've heard things like rattle loose. Is that right?
Well, you know what's weird? That's the second one I've had. The first one, it like rattled itself apart to death over 3 or 4 years. And I've had this one about the same amount of time and it hasn't rattled anything at all. So
yeah, those tensioners, that's the deal breaker for me, but
the tensioner is really bad.
This is what a like West Coast saw.
Yeah, they're kind of legendary. Great job, Peter. That's so cool.
Get through it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the angle cut, I've just learned, like, you know, your back, like even a slight angle just really helps it.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have to go too big on the piece.
Yeah.
But a little angle goes a long way.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But
We're
yeah,
getting
do you want to swap saws at all? Would that be fun? Or?
No, I'm happy with
Okay.
with this. Yeah, it's up to you. If you want to, you can. But I'm pretty happy.
And then this membrane roof, like I've just been really careful not to.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was membrane.
Nick it with a saw, like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks for pointing. I didn't even notice. All right. Well.
Man, now I'm over here.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say sorry for the sawdust.
It's really tight.
Yeah.
Man, this is great. So pretty sure we started at 9:30. Let's check the time. Not that it's a race or anything, but I'm always thinking about the time because before you know it, it's about 1 or 2 o'clock and you got a long ways to go. So it's just a good idea to see what time it is. So Look at that. It's time to like and subscribe, guys. Thanks all for watching. Jokes aside, it's 10:20, so we're looking really good. I can't say enough about this crew. I mean, we got Ricky, we got Dante, Jacob, Mike, just Sandre's also in there, just making it all happen. And what a cool work site to be next to this creek like this. And it's actually a really cool project because this is really going to allow our client better usability of their property in a lot of ways. These trees, even though like they were beautiful looking, you can see how hollow and unsafe they were. So there was a safety aspect, but then actually just the physical location of them made it really difficult to get into their backyard, caused a lot of issues with their roof, and yeah, it's looking really good.
All right, so what's left? So we're gonna be bucking this up, and we're gonna put the forks on the dingo, on the ditch witch, and take these out one at a time, and then grind the stump. Right now, the ditch witch is picking up the chunks that they just brought down, and we're gonna go ahead and cut this into discs, and then grind this stump also, and then hopefully when we're all done, we'll be able to kind of patch everything back up, clean up, and then be on our way.
What? Or I'm gonna just drop it and like
Pull back. Yeah, so you drag it that way.
Well, I wanna see everything, and I wonder what life will bring. And you got a hold of my heart. Hey, I'll fly where the skies are blue. I'll try.
I've owned our house for 3 years now, and when we moved in, we had a couple problem trees we wanted taken care of. We knew it would be a problem eventually, so we had some work done to them in the last couple of years, and job didn't get fully finished, so we needed somebody to come in and take care of it. But given the complexities of our property line and our proximity to our house, it was going to be a tricky job. So having Dow Tree Care come in and take care of it was just amazing how efficient they were, how organized and professional and safe they were with everything. It was smooth and much faster than I would have thought.